Welcome to types of graphs. Okay, so what we're going to look at today, we have 4 different types of graphs to look at. And so really your key point is going to be, why do you use a bar graph instead of a line graph, right? So these are kinds of things that you want to know, like in management potentially. And so they're important things actually, right? Probably more important than some details of like how to add fractions or something like that as you get into the business world. So first one, we'll look at bar graph. Okay, so for a bar graph, right, you'll have something that looks like that. Okay, and so let's say you're comparing the ages of different, it needs to be bigger. Let's say we're comparing the ages of people of different races. Okay, so we got like down here, like 10, 20, 30. Okay, and then up here we've got white, Hispanic, and African American. Politically correct would be Caucasian, I'm sure, rather than white, but you know, get the idea. Okay, right? And then you would see, you know, like, all right, there's one and something like that, maybe there. Okay, and so you're right. The whole point of a bar graph is compare different groups. Might even be worth taking a little phone picture of this as I'm writing these out, right? This part right here where I've written in, right, where you know it's bar graph, compare different groups. That's the key point that you want to know, right? So we'll go through an example of each as far as like how that actually works, but that's the big takeaway. We're doing bar graphs, we're comparing different groups. So each of these different types of graphs, like there's some reason why we do these different graphs. We don't just do them just to do them, right? We don't do them just to make your life harder. Although it can seem like that, right? Really, each graph should show us something specifically different that's important. Okay. Next, line graph. Okay. So what is that? So we're doing a line graph. We are comparing something over time. So like say we have, we're comparing over 4 days, let's say. Right? There's day 1. There's day 4. 3 and 2 are in the middle. Okay. And it's like units sold, let's say. Okay. So there's 10, 20, 30. Okay. So we've got units and we've got days, right? And then we're going to try to see, like on, a lot of times it'll be something like, well, on day 1 we tried, this marketing ploy and it did this. We got a couple different marketing things we want to test out, right? We want to see which one gets the most sales. Day 2 we did a different thing and it worked pretty good. We're all the way up there by 30, right? Day 3, something different. Day 4, we did some kind of hybrid, like we combined them, right? And then we can sort of look at, there's our line graph. Okay, right. But again, the takeaway is we are comparing some result over time. Okay, and that's what we do for a line graph, right? So a very different thing than with our bar graph. We were just comparing different groups, right? We were comparing different races. right? Here, we're comparing a result over time. Okay, again, that's worth a picture probably, right? Because that's important to know. Just the fact that you know that it's comparing over time will help you a lot. Okay, we got two more. Pie chart, this is probably the easiest one to remember. And you got a pie chart, looks something like that, except I want the marker. Forget that thing. Okay, so I got a pie chart like that, and like the pie chart is just dividing up, like, so maybe it's like how I budget my money, right? So here, like, food is about a quarter, about 25%. Rent, it's another 25%. Bills, call that 15%. And then I'm young and crazy, so spend all the rest of my money on fun, right? And so that's really what you're looking at a bar graph. Your takeaway is that a pie chart, which is what this is, pie chart is you're looking at parts of a whole, right? So the whole chart, no pun intended, this whole thing is the whole, right? And each of these other ones, like food, rent, bills, fun, are parts of the whole that make up everything. Okay, that's pie chart. One more. Hopefully this all makes sense. Really, it's pretty straightforward. And the last one is histogram. What do we do with that? Histogram. Okay, so with a histogram, you see something like that, and so say it's like pounds and frequency, right? So like there's 100, and this is what it'll look like. You'll see a bunch of these just lines going up. And this one's like 200. This one's like 300. Okay. And so this is just showing, like, here's how many times I lifted 100, here's how many times I lifted 200, here's how many times I lifted 300, right? And then you just have different numbers here. Okay. And so this is, and that's the key. So a histogram is showing frequency, how often something happens. Okay. So as we review, the bar graph is comparing different groups of people, okay, or groups of things. The line graph is comparing over time. Pie chart is parts of a whole, and then a histogram is measuring frequency.